Flooding the market, a break from the garbage. An artist, sensitive about mind pardon. No margin for error, flawless be bearer. The black cat goddess, you walking with a panther. Painting these pictures with words like Samantha, MacGyver. Alchemy on the track, make it lava. And I won't stop rocking till I retire. Singular or plural, she break numero uno.
Hey, it's your girl, Madam Money, aka Trap. And welcome to the official Salt in the Game album review of the Harder They Fall soundtrack. Make sure you hit that like button, make sure you hit that subscribe button, and let's get it. Now, before I even get into the review, I definitely have to shout out James Samuel, who wrote, directed, and composed The Harder They Fall. It's so crazy just to see the ingenuity and creativity coming from one person. If y'all haven't seen the movie, please make sure y'all check it out. It's on Netflix. It's rare to see like an all black Western where, everybody is in a lead role and everybody is doing their thing and everybody brings what they bring to the table the best way. So many just great people involved in this project as well as this soundtrack. So salute to you, James. I definitely it's crazy because if y'all haven't seen the movie, please see the movie. You feel me? Please go and see the movie. But just the fact that the storyline is not a real storyline, but all the characters are real that's in the story, it makes you want to research and do your homework on, our pioneers, our black pioneers in the Western Front. It is really just a dope movie to me. You feel me? It's very entertaining, very action-packed. It has something for everybody in there, but it's like a real Western action flick, so I appreciate it. This project starts off with a skit from there, Lightning with the Blam Blams, you feel me? So one of the characters in there, and I don't forget everybody's character's name, I don't forget half of the actor's name. You already know how I do when I come on these joints, but that's one of the opening scenes in the movie is, this guy, he's like, He thinks he's the fastest hand in the West. It's crazy what happens to him throughout this whole thing as well, too. So just a really just dope way just to tie in the beginning to that movie to the beginning of this album. The next track on here is the title track, The Harder They Formed, is performed by Coffee. Coffee is a Grammy award-winning reggae artist, and the tone on this particular track, it's just like that old school reggae vibe. She is so powerful vocally. It's amazing. And what James Samuel does here, he just really takes it there. And it's crazy because when I first heard the sound, I heard the soundtrack before I seen the movie. Let me be real right here, right? When I heard this song be the opening song on the soundtrack, nigga, I know shit, right? So I'm like, are they trying to play into that whole Jimmy Cliff, The Harder They Come, or type thing going on there? So I'm trying to just take it for what it is, but I was really amazed. Just something just refreshing, because you would think that it was gonna play into other type of genres, or mainly hip-hop or something like that, because Jay-Z is behind this movie as well. It was just really refreshing to hear that. This is the closing track of the movie, though, which is crazy, but this is the opening track for the soundtrack. The next track on here, Guns Go Bang, featuring Kid Cudi and Jay-Z. I am not gonna hold you, I really enjoyed this track. This is like one of the opening tracks in the movie, and it's a pure storytelling track. It sets the tone, and Kid Cudi comes in there and he's setting the tone, and he has this Western twang to what he's saying and how he's saying it. Now, because I got a problem with Kid Cudi, y'all all know this, you feel me? I was like, this could have easily been Lil Nas X on this fucking track as well, too. But just the hook on there is very powerful. He's like, my guns go bang. I can make my guns go bang. But the first thing I thought when I heard it was, I can make my guns go bang, 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 bang. Or I can make my guns go blam. Shout out to Shay Davis. Hov was in and out on this shit, on some real shit. It's crazy. I don't even feel like reciting no lyrics this whole fucking review, because Hov was so in and out on here. And I like how some of the whole features of the year, y'all niggas be dick riding so hard, this shit crazy as hell. But some of the whole verses of the year, they be so offbeat, and that's not really his style. He's somebody who always rode the beat, and this like verse right here just shows him going back and forth between like his regular normal comfortable flow and that original flow. We could go fast and stuff like that, playing around on there. Really, really just a dope verse from Hove. Dope track, you feel me, in general. Next track on here, Better Than Gold, featuring Barrington Levy. And when I said like they also use a part of this movie of I'm broader than Broadway. The classic coming from Barrington Levy. But that opening track from Coffee was so reminiscent of what Barrington did. When I got to this track on here, I'm like, this shit is fucking phenomenal. You feel me? It's just like tie-in after tie-in after tie-in. Just a classic reggae sound and texture going on with these reggae tracks. And I'm like, James Samuel, he's really, really a dope guy to draw all these influences, and it gets deeper in here. Next track on here, Black Woman. Oh man, I do not want to disrespect these fine women name that is on this track. Fatuma Dawara and Miss Lauryn Hill. Now, oh man, this is like Lauryn Hill's like second fire verse of the year, coming off of Nas King Disease 2 with the track Nobody. Was really, really a surprise thing. I do want to point out too that if you go and you listen to like Lauryn Hill's music now, it's all under Miss Lauryn Hill. And I know in like in the music world right now, they're having this thing of redoing songs so they can own their masters, because if it's not the original body of work, you can manipulate it as a cover, and if your fan base is strong enough, they're gonna fuck with it, and you'll get that royalties that you would deserve. We just seen like Irv Gotti and Ashanti go through this. This is the reason why Taylor Swift is out here doing this, as well as another couple of artists. So I just want to bring that to y'all attention. But this track was just so like, so cultured, and like, I don't want to use it out of turn because I don't know if it's like Afro beat. It's not there, but it's that real raw energy going on with this track, and I appreciate a lot. I hope like Lauryn Hill just drops a fucking album real soon. Let's just keep it real. Next track on here is called Wednesday's Child, and it's performed by Alice Smith. And like, this is a song about slavery. This is a song about like the difference, like slavery on a day-to-day. Wednesday's Child is going on into that. But Alice Smith, she has managed to like embody the old school texture as well too, like a Lena Horne or Etta James, where it just feels like the period piece that we're in, this Western thing, and it's just like really, really dope stuff. Old feels updated, and that's what's going on here. Like, James Samuel know how to pay homage to the time period, even through the music, where it's not coming out of line, coming out of box, even though he's drawing influences from all across the world just to bring it together and tie this thing together. Really, really dope stuff. Next track on here, Black Skin Mal, performed by CeeLo Green. Now, this is a character track, and I want y'all to tell me in the comments below what character, for those of us who've seen it, what character is he embodying on this track? Which of the characters is he telling their story of on this track? Really, really dope stuff going on here. Next track is Ain't No Better Love. This is performed by Seal, who is James Samuel's brother. Like, this is like a family, a fucking fair of just like talent. This shit is so crazy to me. Like, you see how amped I am, right? I can't not be this amped because this shit was just so dope to me. Man, it's crazy. So I want to just say, like, just when I thought the album was gonna like go at a down pace a little bit, because we have a real deep track like Wednesday's Child, then we have a real character track that's a little bit more smooth in Black Skin Mal. James Samuel picks it right back up with this track, right back up. And this is like, this is what the main character, Jonathan Major's character, this is like his feel towards his love interest in the movie Stagecoach Mary. This is really, really just fly stuff going on here, dog. Fly stuff going on here. Next, well, it's not a track. Next skit on here is We Ain't No Nincompoop. And this is one of the most, like, Regina King, she plays such a powerful like villain role in this movie. This is just one of those little things to just let you know when you do see her in the movie, like she ain't come to play with y'all at all. You feel me? And she's here for business, and she don't give a damn. And I appreciate that because I'm like that too. Next track on here, and this was like one of the first singles that dropped on here, King Kong Rhythm, and this got Jay-Z on there, Jadakiss, Conway the Machine, and Back Row G. Now, what James Samuel managed to do here, he gave us like a UK grime element. I know when it dropped, a lot of people didn't like what was going on. They didn't like the beat. They don't understand what's going on here. But it's like this UK grime thing. That's why the BPMs is like a little higher on here. It's a little bit more racist, a little bit more faster, and you just have to appreciate him trying to draw, influence from around the world. Just let us know, like, we are all just like one people. Like, that's really what's going on here. It's really, really just dope stuff. Next track on here, We Go Harder, and this is performed by Laura Mula and Myra Andrada. I don't know if I pronounced it right. And this plays into house music. This has a house music, disco, and a tribal vibe. It's like some of the things that's going on there, some of the repetitive natures and the reverbs and all of this stuff going on there. That's something that you only see in house music. The blend between that house music and disco era, when disco was going out and house music was becoming hot, and has this tribal element that plays into like the song with Lauryn Hill on it too. So this thing like really comes around full circle on here. Next thing on here is a skit between Stagecoach Mary and the Jonathan Majors character. Is a Devil Dead skit. Next track on here, No Turning Around. This is James Samuel being the artist, producer, composer, and just trying to tie everything in properly. And the last track on here is 3 and 30 Years, performed by Pretty Yande. And this is a classical track. This is classical music, but it's giving you this like, it's funny because I don't know if niggas even up on some shit like that. Just like, Grand Ole Opry vibe, like where it's just like classical Western thing going on there. But her voice on here is truly, she is professionally trained to sing classical music, and that is what it is. So this was a really, really dope project, a dope experience. I be banging this shit since the fucking soundtrack came out. Like I said, I listened to the soundtrack before I even watched the movie. And then when I watched the movie and see how all the songs play into the movie, this was some real dope stuff. This is like award-winning stuff right here, and everybody needs to take notice to it. But I'm about to get out of here. I'm Madam Money. You can follow me on Twitter and IG at Madam Money Says. That's MADAMMONEYSAYS. And as always, I'll be seeing you guys around. Peace.
Ready, steady, aim at the target. I'm flooding the market, a break from the garbage. An artist, sensitive about mind pardon. No margin for error, flawless be rarer. The black cat goddess, you walking with a panther. Painting these pictures with words like Samantha, MacGyver. Alchemy on the track, make it lava. And I won't stop rocking till I retire. Singular or plural, she rank numero uno. Colder than you know.